Hey there Wargamers, this is Justin from AMP Services, and today I'd like to share with you guys a product review for the Games Workshop Crisis Suit kits. These are the new Crisis Suit miniatures from the Games Workshop miniature line. I was really excited to pick these up because at first glance I thought the new boxes were going to allow posability, specifically in their knee joints. I knew that the ankles would be able to be posable because of the way that the old feet worked, but I was really hoping for some customization options. Unfortunately, that is one aspect that this kit failed to deliver. I do appreciate the new updated sculpts, the new weapons, and everything's really solid and sharp, but for somebody like me who really likes a dynamic pose, it makes it more difficult to have to cut up the knees and the joints to do this yourself. So let's take a close-up look at some of these, or one of these guys right here. This right here is the pulse rifle, or plasma rifle. I used one from one of the old Finecast kits. It has slightly different details on it, but it mounts right up just like the standard one from the kit. This one also has a fusion blaster, which I thought was cool. And they also give you these nice shoulder pads for the left shoulder, which I think is a really sweet addition. It helps you customize these guys and make them look cool. While my main complaint is the posability, they still do look a lot cooler than the old Crisis suits. I mean, you can tell they look similar, but just the pose, even without being able to customize it the way you want, the pose still looks 10 times better at least. Save the middle guy for last. He's the interesting one. This is my Sergeant upgrade. These weapons that are on him did not come with the kit. These particular weapons are from the new Crisis Suit Commander, but I outfitted them on this guy because every one of the Crisis suits in the space, or in the Tau Codex, can now take these weapons for 15 points, which is fantastic. If you may not have noticed, but he has a different shoulder and a different chest piece to the miniature that I just showed you. He also has extra armor on his leg plates. At first thought, I expected this to be the Iridium armor upgrade, but it's not. This actual configuration is the Crisis Suit bodyguard configuration. He is not actually a bodyguard, but I thought the pieces looked cool, and he looks at a glance the same, but upon further inspection, he is very different than the other two miniatures. Additionally, you'll see that this particular guy has hands. Those also did not come from the kit, but they came from the Crisis Suit Commander kit. So the two kits themselves lend themselves pretty well to kit bashing, at least for the weapons in the hands. This is my second big complaint with the kit. The arm options are very limited. You have the 6 arms. They give you these forward-facing arms. Well, in this case, I have them out to his sides instead of straight forward. But they're trying to give you options for a dynamic pose. The problem is, as you guys can see with those two, I use those arms for poses I thought look really cool. They look like they're landing or they're running forward, whatever. This was the last guy, and he was left with the leftover arms, and I had to make it work. So he's, looks like he's in a standoff of some sort, like he would might be swiveling his head back and forth. But it's going to be a little difficult to transport him, and unfortunately, that's the option I had, because you could not pose the arms any differently at the joint, which would have, if the arms were posable at the elbow, you would be able to have a seemingly infinite number of combinations for assembling these guys, but unfortunately you do not. So, all in all, I'm really happy with this kit. I'm not necessarily jonesed about the price, which is obviously a common complaint with Games Workshop miniatures. I believe this kit's retailing for $75. If you go to the secondary market online, you can get these at a discount. I got mine from Dice Head Games, which was running a really sweet deal, so I got 25% off on these, which was pretty substantial given the price. But I think if anything is going to go up in price from Games Workshop, when a kit like this comes out with new sculpts and new options and extra stuff, I think it warrants some of the price increase. It's still a little steep, but I do think that at least some of that cost can be justified by the new models. Not all of it, but some of it. Finally, I'll talk more about these guys later in a future video where I discuss the tactical applications of them, but there's a reason why I did not magnetize these, and there's a reason why they have the weapon options that they do. If you guys like this product review, please take a moment to like and subscribe. Additionally, if you have any comments or questions, please sound off in the comments below. We really do enjoy interacting with you guys. If you've not already, please take a moment to like us on Facebook. This will allow you to keep up with all of our studio updates, video posts, and promotions. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Happy wargaming.